Welcome back for the second period. Sorry about the first 3 minutes missing due to a little bit of technical difficulty that happened during intermission as Dordt scored quickly to open up the period, as it's going to be the Jayhawks unable to hold the line, as it's going to be cranked back in by Medina. It's going to be sent back out as there's going to be a big hit there in the corner as it's going to be wrapped around. Holding it in there is number 21. That's going to be Lucas Van Berkel. A shot turned aside there. As it's going to be wrapped back around the other way. The Jayhawks, a nice pass block up front. It was Caleb Dusso who's leading the charge. He'll take a little collision there. It looked like his knee got bumped. Either way, Kansas still trying to get it out as they have it in the corner back behind their own net. Now Jonah Kim getting pressured. As the Jayhawks try to send it out, it's going to be a nice toe drag around by number 16. That's going to be Nathan Fanning. As there's another big collision there, a nice toe drag by Espenson as he was able to complete a pass there across, and they score to make it 5-1.
Just another one of those long goals by Dordt, firing away and able to make it happen. Looked like that goal was Andrew Benson. And on that fourth defender goal that we missed earlier was scored by Isaac Bart.
So another face-off win by the defenders as they're going to skate it in the zone, trying to take a shot up front, turned aside there by Miles. The shot, rebound deflected wide. This is going to be wrapped around, tipped to the corner. As getting pushed out of the zone was Blake Hearn with the puck as it's wrapped back around where Cole Walsh will pick it up. Now Kim lost control as it's intended to be poked away there by Barker. It's going to be a foot race, but it looks like it's just going to come all the way back over to Edmond and covered for a whistle. So 14:53 left to go. It's a 5-1 lead for the Dordt defenders. Period number 2. As the face-off is won by Dordt, they'll wrap it around over to Espenson. As it's thrown back and around, it's going to be Benson picking it up back behind the net. He'll try to pass it over. It's going to be turned over by Pendleton over to Hearn, whose shot blocked up front there by Espenson. Passed over to Benson, and he's going to carry it down on the left wing. Benson, button hooks, waiting. Passing across, broken up, thrown back behind the net, and the defenders will take it back. Another shot. This time it looks like it might have boggled up into the mask area of Miles. That draws our stoppage with 14:17 left to go. So the same thing as last period. Dordt comes out with a couple of quick ones, extending their lead to 4.
Yeah, Jayhawks were able to cut the lead down a little bit in that first period. They did have some good play. It's just a matter of getting the puck down in Dordt's ice in their third and trying to win it there.
So the face-off won by Dordt over to Swalv. As it's going to be taken away by Kansas and quickly forced back in by Swalv. As the defender cycling around, trying to generate a shot opportunity. It looks like there's one from the point, but Mitch Miles using the glove there to cover that one up. So 5-1 Defenders. 14:02 left in period number 2. Shots are 16-8 in favor of the team wearing black, white, and gold. So another stoppage here, just about 4 seconds after.
Yeah, Dordt was able to get a quick shot on goal there. Miles was able to stop it.
As a face-off won by the Defenders, however, they have to come back and chase it. Almost getting a piece to intercept that one was Fontanetta, but it's going to be Van Jager with it. As it's brought back around, holding it in. Number 11 poked off the puck there by Medina. Medina up on the right side. He's going to make a move around one man, trying to go through the legs of De Jager, and it's forced back the other way. Now it's going to be picked up by number 22, Zach Roberts, around the net as he tries to play it off the boards. There's the defender still with it. A nice wide open backdoor pass broken up there by the Jayhawks, and a little bit of a rain of booze coming towards the way of number 10, Alex Adler, senior alternate captain on this Jayhawk squad, as he prevented them from making it 6-1.
Yeah, this is a rowdy Dordt crowd here, and they're going to hand it to you when you do something they don't like.
As the faceoff is won by Kansas, it's going to be over to Kearney, who tried to connect with Jonah Kim. Kim was able to advance it a little bit, and then there's Griffin Barker providing the extra pressure. Trying to poke it back away there. And it's 6-1.
Yeah, just another example of Dordt working the ice, playing their game, and capitalizing.
So 12:52 left to go, as the lead is now extended to 5. As we have a Jayhawk down on the ice. It looks like Griffin Barker getting tended to by a trainer right now.
Yeah, you never want to see that.
And it looks like something with his leg. So after the Defenders made it 6-1, Griffin Barker hurt on the play. It's definitely lower body, just you can tell by the way he's moving.
Yeah, in the position of the trainer.
Barker getting helped off the ice, and he will head straight with the trainer. So looks like the faceoff will come back to center ice, as the stoppage was because Dordt made it 6-1. As the faceoff is won by Kansas. Back over to Duso. Duso quickly trying to force it over to Zach Roberts. Roberts off the boards, trying to get it over to Pendleton, but that puck will pop up into the air and out of play. So another face-off win here. This time it's by the Defenders, but pressured off the puck there by Pendleton. Racing to hold the line there was Hearn, unable to do so, so the Jayhawks have to get back on side. As it's thrown in. Sent back the other way. As the Jayhawks able to get it out. It's going to be sent all the way back where Swalve will pick it up for the defenders. As this can be passed around over to Roberts. Roberts up to Fantoni. Fantoni tries to get a pass going there over to DeJager. DeJager walks in, shoots it, blocked up front. Then getting poked off the puck there was number 19. As there's a nice toe drag move by Hannigan as he'll throw it to the corner. And it looks like it's going to be an icing on Kansas. You know, looking down at my phone, I just saw a Twitter notification from the Wichita Thunder, so they're also having technical difficulties with their broadcast, so it makes me feel a little bit better about the ones we were having earlier. As it's Dordt winning the face-off here. As it's going to be sent up and out. Getting knocked down was Alex Adler, and it looks like a penalty will be called, and it's going to be on the retaliation after he got knocked down. As it's going to be Espenson walking in on the left side, dragging towards center, poked off the puck there by Roberts walking in, and he scores on a highlight reel goal, just adding to the lead.
That's just what they've been doing all game. I mean, if you look at the shots on goal difference, that's going to be the 19th shot on goal for Dordt compared to just 8 from Kansas. And when you're firing at such a higher rate, you're going to make more. And they're making skilled goals. So it's going to be hard to beat.
So 11:24 left to go, period number 2. 7-1 our score. As great patience by Espenson led to it being 7-1. It looks like Landry Gray might go in at some point for this game. As the face-off is won back over to Blake Hearn, who tries to wrap it around over to Adler. Adler will wrap it around the boards, looking to find Lance Medina. The puck hops over the stick of Medina, and holding the line there was Cole Walsh. As it's wrapped around the boards, Swalve will pick it up over to Van Berkel. As Van Berkel was able to dump it in. As it's going to be DeJager with it. DeJager shooting one, and he scores.
Just high velocity, high volume offense from the defenders. He's going to put another one on the board. It looks like Miles is coming off.
So Landry Gray will head into the game.
And, you know, this kind of move isn't always about the first goalkeeper doing poorly. Sometimes it's just about, you know, you're outmatched. You're trying to get a spark plug in there, trying to reignite this team and get something going.
And you can see the frustration from Miles just on the bench as Kansas wins the face-off here. As it's going to be thrown in the zone. Played aside there by Benson. A pass over to Espenson. Espenson getting poked off the puck there by Fantoni. A little bit of a collision there with Jonah Kim, and it looks like Kim had his stick held onto, but that's not going to get called. When it's getting to this point in the game, you sort of just have to let the little things like that go. It's just going to be over to number 10. Benson dumping it in, right back over to Dusa, who tried to send it out, finding Kim. Taken away there by number 11, and another save this time. Covering it up is Landry Gray. That brings a stoppage with 10:13 left to go here, period number 2. As the faceoff was won by Kansas, they're able to get it out of the zone, but quickly taking it back is going to be Swalve. He'll throw that to the corner, and it looks like it takes an odd bounce, goes up and out of play. So this stoppage with 10:04 left to go here in the middle frame. An 8-1 lead for Dordt. Landry Gray Now in goal for the Jayhawks, for those just joining us. Shots on the scoreboard show up as 21-8. Looking over at the other end of the ice, Griffin Barker still getting tended to by the trainers, and it looks like he's not going to return tonight as they do have a pair of crutches in their hand. As Pendleton, not sure where the puck was at, a backhand shot there by Strahan, unable to find the net as it's going to be sent around over to number 13, a cross-ice pass held in there by Pendleton. Pendleton, a shot on net and held on to there by Edmond.
Yeah, when it comes to Barker out there getting tended to, crutches are not the sign you want to see. So we'll see what happens here. Hopefully he can come back and play tomorrow, but it's not looking great.
Still got to love the effort there by number 3, Eli Pendleton, one of the freshmen on the team and a taller guy out there on the ice. And he's even nicknamed Tall Gabe or TG. I don't know how he got that nickname, but I guess the players during the trip to Creighton saw a similarity, and then that's just where that started. So there was like a little social media bit where they had talked about that, as there's a turnover up front, but Dordt gets it right back, as they're going to be able to dump it down, and it looks like no icing there. Blake Hearn did win the race to the puck, though, as it's wrapped around over to Fontanetta. Fontanetta couldn't get it out, as it's going to be held in there by Wilmes, but he will miss the net, as it's going to be Espenson with it now. Curling around, try to shot. Going to find the goal there, as it goes right to the tape of Cole Walsh. This time backhanded up into the air, as it's going to be settled down there by Van Berkel. Van Berkel over to Espenson, a shot that went right to the corner, as the Jayhawks trying to get it out again with a little under 9 minutes left to go. A nice toe drag move by Medina. Medina moving in a backhand shot, bouncing puck just sailing wide. So Edmond getting a little bit lucky there on a night where he's been almost perfect. On the left side, a toe drag move around Walsh, walking in, making a save there was Landry Gray, as it's thrown to the corner. Held in there by Swalve, covered up by Gray for a whistle. And we get another stoppage, this time with 8:16 left to go. And it looks like as the lead has expanded more, some of the students here have started to filter out.
Yeah, it's something you'll see in a game like this. Not a lot of excitement coming on.
As there's another face-off win here, it looks like it was gloved down by Fantoni, but quickly taken away there by the defenders. And you got to wonder if part of it has to do with the snowy weather here that we saw as we were just finishing the drive in. As it's going to be wrapped back behind the net, Swalve on it, getting pressured off the puck there by Kim. Gets over to DeJager, but getting a piece of that was Carney, but it's going to be turned over to Rosenbaum on the left wing. Rosenbaum trying to drop it back over to Schletter, as it's going to be sent all the way back. No icing, as Espenson will pick it up. Edmond, the goaltender for the defenders, thought it would be an icing. However, that is not the case, as it's going to be Espenson toe dragging around. He'll go over to the left wing before dragging around, trying to drop it back, and it looks like Gray will jump on top for a whistle here. And we're going to have a couple of words exchanged, as the emotions are going to start to run high here in the latter half of the game.
Yeah, just, from the Jayhawks' perspective, when you're down like this and you see something that you believe to be disrespectful towards your team, the tempers are going to flare even higher. So probably not the last situation we'll see like that.
So 7:52, period number 2. An 8-1 game, and the shot column is 23-9, all of it in favor of Dordt. As Dordt will have the puck, it's going to be passed up over to Fanning. He tried a shot, that couldn't get on net as it'll be wrapped around. So a backhand shot there, turned aside by Gray, as it's going to be over to the corner where Bart will pick it up. Now Bart looking for a pass, and instead he'll jump up to avoid unintentionally blocking it as Strahan tries to get it out for Kansas. As Roberts trying to wrap it around over to Duso. Nice stick lift, and looks like on his knees to block that was Jackson Reed. So great effort there by the Jayhawks, using the body to try and prevent a play from happening. But holding the line there was number 14. He'll get a pass right into the grill, and it looks like that was number 13, Isaac Bart, making it 9-1.
Yeah, and on the point you made about Reed there, he's given the effort. That's something you're going to see from this Jayhawk team, is that no matter what the scoreboard says, they're always going to give 110%. You know, this may be 9-1, but they're playing like it's 1-1.
So 7:06 left to go. 9-1 our score. And it looks like Andy McConnell going to talk to the trainers there down by the Kansas bench. So definitely a telling tale that Griffin Barker will not return tonight. As he is on crutches. So the face-off again won by Dordt. This time it's blocked up front as it's going to be poked out of the zone. Backhanded the other way there by DeJager. As it's going to be Gray leaving it back behind the net. The defender's still playing crazy. This is going to be thrown to the corner again. Espenson for the defenders. Throwing it the other way. Now Kearney for Kansas trying to get it out. As it's going to be passed across over to DeJager. This is going to be back behind the net for Wilmus. Wilmus to DeJager. Passed up front, taken away there by Kearney. Kearney able to backhand it out of the zone. That'll force the defenders to get back onside, and it looks like a penalty will be called here. And it's going to be on Dordt, but you can see the upset fans. But, you know, if I'm the referee, I take both those guys, because you see the stick lift there by Jonah Kim, and then you see DeJager just rip Jonah Kim's stick out of his hands and throw it away.
Yeah, there's potential to call it on both men there. I see the point. We have seen, it does appear that Griffin Barker is heading back to the locker room now. So we won't see him for the rest of the game, but hopefully he can come back, hit the ice tomorrow.
As it's going to be the Jayhawks winning this face-off. This is going to be Caleb Duso, a wrister from the point, blocked up front. As it's going to be held in there by Blake Hearn, diving down, trying to keep the puck in. As it's going to be forced out in a headman pass, and it's going to be forced to the corner. So a battle in the corner now. It's going to be Duso and Adler trying to fight it out for Kansas. Just about 5.5 minutes left to go here in the third, until the third period. That's just going to be wrapped around here. Espenson in the corner. As it's passed up front to Medina, and a nice save there by Edmond. But holding the line is Caleb Duso. Now Duso waiting over to Adler. Back to Medina. Medina, as Kansas is on the power play. Back over to Duso. Duso to Medina. Now Adler up front. Couldn't quite connect as there was a Dordt defender's stick there, breaking that play up in the slot, as Kansas will need to regroup. So 4:40 left to go. Passed over to Fontanetta. As Fontanetta waiting. A nice saucer pass intended for Duso, as it's going to just trickle out of the zone. And Caleb Duso will pick it up for the Jayhawks. So in front of his own net, towards center ice. He'll give a headman pass up over to Blake Hearn. Hearn drops it back over to Duso. Now Duso trying to advance it down a little bit more, but Blake Hearn goes in to help hold it in. There's Jonah Kim with it, try to wrap it around. Took a weird bounce off the stanchion, but it's going to be held at the blue line by Blake Hearn. Cross ice to Duso. Duso through a wrister as it's a one-time shot up front. Carney on the wraparound attempt and couldn't quite connect there, as the defenders will clear it down and have another successful penalty kill. So the defenders still with it. Now back under the Kansas net. Passed up front. Looks like it's broken up there by the Jayhawks, but quickly taken back there by Green. Now Green behind the Kansas net. With it again. Is this going to be wrapped around? Espenson picking it back up for the defenders. So he'll try to get a pass over to Swalve. And that's going to go all the way up over to Green. Now Green will slap that into the zone. It goes right over to Blake Hearn, who tries to get it around over to Zach Roberts. Roberts getting it back over to Hearn. As it's going to be held in by Dordt. Poked away there, and it looks like it'll just go right over to Landry Gray, who's going to squeeze that one right between the leg pads for a whistle.
Another save for Gray.
You know, getting thrown into a situation like that, never easy. Dordt leading 9-1, just under 3 minutes now. As it's wrapped back around. Shots are 25-10. Favor of the defenders, as they've been dominant all night. As the Jayhawks try to use the glass to get that out of the zone, as it's going to be held in. Reed off the second attempt, able to bank it off the boards and clear it before Dordt sends it right back in. Now it's going to be Zach Roberts trying to get it out. Couldn't quite connect with Pendleton there, as it's going to be number 14 with it. Banking it off the boards, and now Zach Roberts will get it again. This is thrown into the corner. Racing after it, Swalve. Swalve will send it around over to DeJager, who tried a headman pass. It's just held in there by Medina. Then to the corner where Pendleton will have it. Pendleton tried to throw it on net. Reed was right there, but couldn't catch the pass. Now Hearn had it poked away. Blake Hearn poking it right back. He's going to wrap it in as the Jayhawks get back on side, as we're just now under 2 minutes. Now Swalve, the headman pass connects there. As it's left for number 13, that's going to be Bart moving in, a shot save off the rebound, and Gray coming up with a save there as Kansas will dump it out. As Adler gloved that down to out of the air, he couldn't quite get control of it. Then Gray will jump out of the crease to get a stoppage here with 1:32 left to go. So the face-off here looks like it was won by Dordt, as they'll have control. And there's going to be a little bit of wrestling match down in the corner, as the puck will go up and out of play. So another one-time shot right off the face-off there, this time by number 4, Zach Espenson. As it's sent out by the Jayhawks, a foot race for the puck, and it looked like almost getting there first was Fantoni, rather that was Hannigan. So another shot there by the defenders who will ride the glass as it goes out over to Andrew Benson. Benson throwing it to the hash marks as it's passed over to number 12, will miss, up into the netting and out of play again. So the defenders lead 9-1 with just under a minute left to go here in the second period. Another face-off win by Dordt. A shot that went wide as it will be wrapped around the boards. So walking in, shooting it, turned aside there as it's going to be wrapped around over to Jonah Kim. Kim lost control and a shot by number 5, Colin Andre. Fontanetta trying to slap that one out of the zone. Gray hanging on for another whistle. So about the same story here. This time just stoppage coming with 28 seconds left to go.
Yeah, it's been consistently Dordt having control of the puck. And, I mean, that really the story of the game more than the score is the shots on goal. 26 for Dordt, 10 for Kansas. And
absolutely.
That's going to produce a big score every time.
So just about 20 seconds left to go here in this period. As Dordt will still cycle it. It's going to be DeJager sending it around over to Bullock. As the wraparound shot couldn't quite connect there. As there's just about 5 seconds left to go. As it's a nice opportunity up front, turned aside there, and that'll do it for period number 2. Dordt will skate off with a 9-1 lead. We're going to go ahead and take a break. We'll be back after the second intermission. Back inside Sioux Center, Iowa. Landry Gray leads his team back out onto the ice in what's been a 9-1 lead for Dordt so far. I'm Gabe Daniel, joined alongside Jaden Ginsweider. For those still there, thank you for your patience. I know that technical difficulty we had with the internet connection wasn't ideal heading into the second period, as it's probably been the first time we're able to use that excuse for something going wrong with the stream is just the internet. But either way, the puck set to drop here. And the third period is underway as the faceoff is won by Dordt. And they will have it as it's thrown to the corner. Adler lost control as it's wrapped back around. A shot there by Benson, missing the net. As the defenders will have to retreat and recollect. That's just going to be sent up over to Espenson. Espenson poked off the puck, lost it to Medina, who tried to send it back the other way, as it's going to be Espenson with it now. Zach Espenson over to his brother. That was Alex. Couldn't quite connect there. It's going to be a foot race for the puck, and it looks like Fontanetta is going to lose it to Van Berkel as it's wrapped around. As it's going to go over to Kim. Kim back to Carney. Carney throwing it back over to Hearn, who gets the headman pass up to Kim, who is able to reverse that hit as Carney will have it now. He threw it to the corner. 18:45 left to go here in the 9-1 game, as it's going to be wrapped around. Over to Fontanetta, who tries to send it back over to Kim, but it's going to go to the other corner, and it's going to be a race for the puck there. And it looks like Carney with it, trying to throw it up front over to Fontanetta. Couldn't connect there, but holding the line is Walsh. Walsh through traffic. Fontanetta off the rebound. Carney, and a save there made by Edmond. As the defenders will get it out of the zone, it's going to be a 3-on-2. The lone defender for Kansas for a second there was Cole Walsh, as he's able to provide some pressure there as it's sent back the other way. Carney diving down. Rather, that was Blake Hearn getting it out of the zone. So Gray thought about playing it a pass right up front, broken up there by Brandon Fontanetta. Fontanetta off the glass, trying to find it over to Carney, but it looks like it'll go the length for an icing.
Yeah, still fast-paced action despite the score deficit here. Both teams still giving it their all, especially KU, not really letting that number hang on them. Just still giving it their best, trying to walk away with something positive.
So the face-off won by Dordt. This time passed over and wrapped around for number 18, who's going to be poked off the puck as it's going to go to Fontanetta. Fontanetta off the boards, able to get it out of the zone, but it looks like it'll go the length. No icing, as the Jaeger just touched it right before it passed the goal line, as it's going to be sent around the net. The defenders now breaking it out, as there was a drop pass intended for Weems, but sticking with it will be Green. Now Green in the corner. He's going to be fought off the puck there by number 11. So number 11 for both teams battling it out back behind the net as Kansas tried to get it out. It was Austin Strahan with the effort there. Couldn't quite do anything there. As it's going to be wrapped around over to Pendleton. Pendleton able to backhand that one lightly out of the zone. As it's going to be held in there by Espenson, dragging around, trying to shot, just missing the net there, as it's going to be held in by number 10. Kicked away there by Gray. Over to Roberts. Roberts still with it off the glass, trying to find it over to Strahan. Strahan, a nice drag there. Down the wing, Austin Strahan, the freshman from Michigan, tried a shot up from it. It was blocked, and he's going to be pressured off the puck there in the corner. Now holding the line was Dusso, trying to find Pendleton for the tip in, as it's going to go right over to Adler. Adler holding the line as he was able to kick it to the corner, but it goes right to the tape of the Dordt defender as it's wrapped around over to Benson. Now Benson, the headman pass. Dordt was caught up in a line change, so it'll go right over to Blake Hearn, who's going to look to get things going for Kansas. Hearn off the pass from Walsh. Walsh try to rim it in, but it's going to be quickly taken back by Dordt. Fantoni forcing the puck back into the zone as it's around to Adler, back behind the net, trying to drop it over to Fantoni. Adler with it again. This time a wraparound shot, stick the side there by Edmond. As we're just now under 16 minutes left to go here. As it's going to be sent out by Hearn. He'll dump it in. Around the boards it goes. Picking it up is going to be DeJager. DeJager around to Schletter. It goes right to the tape of Cole Walsh. Walsh will throw it back in, and now 15.5 minutes remain. Is this going to be wrapped around? Cole Walsh with it again. Walsh had it poked away from him. It's going to be a foot race for the puck. It's going to be Espenson picking it up. Espenson walking in, shooting, and a save made by Gray off the rebound. Picking it up is going to be Van Berkel. Van Berkel trying to pass it, a backhand shot, missing the net there on the rebound is Wilmus. Now Wilmus with it. Trying to drag around as it's handed off over to Van Berkel. Back to Wilmus. Van Berkel again in the slot, poked away there by Carney. Diving down to try and block the shot was Paul Carney as the Dordt defenders hold it in. As it's going to be sent out over to Carney. Carney on the left side. He throws it into the zone. It'll go to the corner, and the Jayhawks will get a line change. So back behind the net. This is going to be sent over to Espenson. Espenson on the left side. As it's passed over to Reed. Now handed over to Kim. Left for Jackson Reed, who tried to get out of the zone, but it's going to be held in. As it's going to be over to Van Berkel. Now over to Kim. Going in to help him out is Roberts. Now holding the line there. Benson. Benson lost control. Over to Wilmus. Now Wilmus with it. Dropping it back over to Espenson. Now Roberts with a big hit back behind the net there. As it's going to be Roberts wrapping it around over to Hannigan. Hannigan trying to get it out of the zone. As it's forced back in. Duso this time trying to get it out. The defender's still with it. Poked away there by Duso. Caleb Duso getting it up over to Jonah Kim. Jonah Kim had it right at his skate, and the defenders will take it away. Over to number 16, a shot kicked away there by Gray. As it's going to be wrapped around. Now sent back over to Roberts. Roberts trying to backhand it up. Kim trying to get it out. Got a wrister from the point, just sailing high, was from Benson. So a bouncing puck still held in. 13 minutes left to go. Now number 16, a shot off the blocker. Landry Gray, another save. Looked like a glove even tipped one of those. As it's going to be number 16 for the defenders again. Poked off the puck there by Jonah Kim. A nice break up there by Zach Roberts, the freshman defenseman from Orleans, Massachusetts. As it's now Bart with it. Bart tried a shot. Just under the 13-minute mark. Lance Medina cherry picking at center ice in the clear, shooting off the post. And it's passed up over to Adler. Adler's one-time shot off the shoulder of Edmond. As it's over to Fantoni. Fantoni to Medina. As Medina still with it. Shot one off the shin pad there, and then a diving poke by Blake Kern gets it right over to Cole Walsh. As the puck will end up going over to Edmond. Edmond trying to pass it off. As it's back over to Walsh. Walsh who sent it back in. As it's going to be back over to Carney. Carney backhands it in this time. As it's sent back out over to Fanning. It's just going to be back over to Hearn. So Hearn up to Carney. Couldn't quite connect there, and it's going to be DeJager with it. So the defenders now. It's going to be Weems on the right side. He'll try a shot. Tipped up front. Gray making the save. Blake Hearn getting it away. Off the boards. Couldn't clear it out. And then a bouncing puck sent to the left corner. Picked up by Weems. Left for DeJager. A shot from the point. Missing the net. Held in this time by Swalv. Swalv up front. Taken away there by the Jayhawks. And it's going to be Hearn. A headman pass up over to Adler. Adler waiting. A backhand pass over to Carney. Carney couldn't catch it in time. So Carney will wait. Carney's going to backhand it off the boards to the point. No one was there, and it's going to be taken away by Dordt. So now 11 minutes left to go in the game. The headman pass intended for Zach Roberts. Forced back in where DeJager will pick it up for the defenders. As it's going to be sent back around to Van Berkel. As he's going to get a headman pass intended for number 20. No icing there as Zach Roberts got to it. As it's sent back out, now Wilmus trying to cycle the puck. Now Wilmus trying to advance it in. Reed broke it up. Fontanetta, a backhand pass over to Zach Roberts. Roberts off the glass, trying to find it up over to Pendleton. As it's going to be thrown back the other way. Now Wilmus couldn't quite catch the pass there as Fontanetta will go in to provide some pressure as it's going to be walked in. The defenders need to get back on side as it's going to be Espenson. Espenson on the right. He's going to cut towards the net. Poked off the puck there by Dusso. Locked it up. As it's going to be Dusso with it. Dusso around as it goes over to Wilmus. Nice stick lift there by Pendleton as Wilmus still has it. He's going to get hauled down. Still with the puck is going to be Espenson. Espenson to Wilmus. Wilmus back behind the net trying to pass it to the slot. And it's going to trickle out of the zone, and now we're under the 10-minute mark.
That's still been fast-paced hockey, even through this blowout score. Everybody fighting just to keep the game going.
And it looks like we finally get our first stoppage after the puck went up and hit the mask of Landry Gray. So it's been a quick third period so far.
Very quick indeed.
So 9:30 left to go, period number 3. 9-1 score in favor of the Dordt defenders. As it's going to be sent back over to number 24. That's going to be DeJager. That play is broken up there by Blake Hearn. Michael Fantoni skating it out of the zone. He's able to chop it in. Playing that with the stick there is going to be Edmond. So holding the line is Hearn. Hearn shoots one on net. Looks like it might have been tipped up in the air. Either way, another stoppage on its way. As it's forced back in. As it's going to be Swalve able to send it out. As it's wrapped around over to Green. Green skating it in. Poked off the puck there by Walsh. Walsh trying to back in it out of the zone. Holding it in there was DeJager. As there's going to be some physical play along the boards. As it's going to be Green wrapping it around over to Bullock. Now to Kim. Kim got it out of the zone. It's going to be a foot race for the puck, and it looks like it's going to go the length. No icing, as there was great pressure there by Hannigan. As the defenders will bring it in now through center. Bullock, a shot missing the net there. As it's going to be picked up there by Fanning. Fanning gets hit off the puck there by Jonah Kim. As it was reassured over to Benson, it's wrapped around over to Alex Espenson. And it looks like it's going to be covered up here by Gray. So a stoppage with 8 minutes on the dot left.
We've still been seeing physical hockey from both these teams. Neither one of them have an ounce of give up in them. Just going to keep going to that final whistle.
So the face-off is won by Kansas. Passed up over to Lance Medina. Medina trying to drag around one man. And it looks like he gets clipped by the knee of another. And he's going to ask for a call there. Now Wilmus with it, trying to pass it over to Espenson. As it's sent over to Dusso. As the puck finds its way over to Fantoni. Fantoni up on the right side, stops, waits, tries a shot, blockered away there by Edmond. As it's then going to be sent back. Now an even man rush here for the defenders. Getting stick lifted there was Van Berkel. Van Berkel still with control, pressured off the puck there by Roberts. As Kansas unable to get it out of the zone as it was held in there by DeJager. DeJager dragging around, shooting one, missing the net there as it's going to be wrapped out. Now it's going to be Medina dodging around one man. Shooting one there, stick aside by Edmond. And for a whistle. You see a little hack there on DeJager from number 9, Lance Medina. That had to be something with a little near knee collision. Medina had a scary one in Lincoln where it was number 49, Sean Rogers. And it looks like Lance Medina's just going to get a penalty here for, I believe, roughing. So the face-off is won by Dordt, quickly passed over to Zach Espenson. His wrister from the point, kicked away there by Gray, as Kansas is on the penalty kill. Passed over to Green. Back to Espenson, a shot blocked there by Carney. Then a one-time shot there. It'll ride the boards around and come all the way back. So great pressure there by Carney, forcing the play to happen as it's going to be redirected there by Hearn. And back where Espenson will have to pick it up. As it's passed over to Green, broken up there by Walsh. Now Walsh skating it in, tries a shot. Edmond will cover that one up, and another whistle here. So another Kansas face-off win. Roberts a shot and he scores, and it looks like the freshman from Orleans, Massachusetts, right off the face-off gets his first goal. As it's sent back out, no icing as Kansas is on the penalty kill. As it's going to be picked up there by Benson. He'll carry it in at the hash marks, trying to find a shot. Instead, can't find the net there. As it's going to be picked up there by Weems. Weems dragging it. The shot tipped up front and they score to make it 10-2.
Yeah, on that one it looked like it got tipped up off of someone else's stick and surprised Gray there in the goal because he kind of saw the shot coming in low. It gets tipped up, just goes right over his shoulder into the net.
So 5:04 left to go here. 10-2 the score now. This is going to be banked off the boards. Shots tipped up into the netting and out of play, and another whistle. As the face-off is won by Kansas, racing after it's going to be Blake Hearn. Hearn curling around the other way. Off the boards, over to Carney. Carney trying to get it up over to Kim. Forced back the other way. Now sent up to Kearney. Over to Fontanetta, who slapped it out of the zone. It was tipped up at center ice by Kim. Now wrapped around the other way. Walsh off the glass to Kim. As it's dropped down by DeJager. DeJager sending it back over to Schletter. As it's going to be settled down by Kearney, who advanced it into the zone. As it's turned over to Fontanetta, the Jayhawks will touch the puck, and a penalty will be called.
Another stoppage here. Looks like Jayhawks are going to be on the penalty kill once again.
So 4:02 remaining in the game, 10-2 our score. As the faceoff is won by Dordt. Espenson passing it across. This time it's Green with back over to Espenson. So Green back over to Espenson. To the other Espenson, a one-time shot turned aside there by Gray. Kansas able to dump it out, but it's caught at center ice by the defenders as they'll force it back in. This is another shot there by Espenson, turned aside by Gray. Wilm is with it, has it swatted away there by Dusso. Now backdoor to Green. Green waiting, pressured there by Medina. As Green will pass it across over to Espenson. Espenson to Dusso. Was able to get it out. Espenson another drive from the point, covered up for another whistle, this time with 2:52 left to go. So the faceoff is won. Back to Cole Walsh. So he has it back behind the net with about 2:45 left to go. He'll dump it down as there's just about 40 seconds left to go in the penalty, handed out to Kim. The headman pass sent back the other way, and instead Walsh will blow a tire there, and the backhand shot there off the rebound. They score to make it 11-2.
Yeah, another one for Isaac Bart there. Just been a huge game for Dordt. They're playing their kind of hockey, and it's proven itself with results.
I believe that was his third of the game. As the faceoff is won back by Kansas, they're going to have to race after it. As it's going to be sent up, broken up there by Kim as it's over to Fontanetta, who stopped, waited a little bit, had it stripped away, and then it's going to be Jonah Kim skating it in. Kim shot it on net as it's going to be passed back up in front, intended for, I believe that was Kearney. Couldn't quite connect there. As it's going to be back over to DeJager. DeJager. Over to Espenson, turned over as it was Kim. His pass blocked. And another backhand attempt by the Jayhawks as it's going to be held in there by Walsh. Walsh will wrist one from the blue line. It's going to be turned aside. There's just about a minute and a half left to go. A shot there by Kim, also turned aside by Edmond. So Hearn trying to wrap it around the boards, as it looked like it did go into the bench of Dordt. So that brings another stoppage here.
Yeah. Minute and change left here in this one. Just an impressive game from Dordt on all fronts. I mean, 34 shots on goal to Kansas's 19 really tells you the story there.
So a minute 18 left to go into this one as it's rimmed back around. Medina providing some pressure there, and it looks like another penalty will be called here. This time it's going to be on Dordt. So 1:06 left to go in an 11-2 game. As it's won back over to Duso. Shot through traffic, turned aside there by Edmond. Over to Walsh. To Duso. Now down to Adler. Who finds Medina. Medina fending on the shot. Some bodies up front and a save made there by Edmond. So face-off is won by Kansas. It's going to be Adler with it. He'll drag around number 17 before dropping it back over. As there's just about 35 seconds left to go into this one. As it's going to be sent over to Schletter. Over to Carrolls. As it's thrown in the zone, back over to Walsh. Walsh will choose to send it over to Hannigan. Hannigan, a backhand pass over to Duso. As it's Caleb Duso with it. Just about 10 seconds left to go. And 3, and that'll just do it for tonight's matchup. Dordt takes this one 11-2, as these two teams will be back in action tomorrow with the puck drop at 1 p.m. I'm Gabe Daniel alongside Jaden Ginsweider. We're going to go ahead and pass